In an interview in 2017, Musk was told that electricity was becoming a luxury for some, if not for most people living in South Australia.
Cost of power is making it almost a luxury item.
Wow. Really?
Where the electricity prices had skyrocketed.
There are Australians today wondering if they can even turn on their lights. There are Australians today wondering, well, should we go without some food?
A visibly upset Musk had this to say. Back in 2016, the Australian blackout was a large-scale power blackout that happened because of storm damage to the electricity infrastructure. Because of the interconnected nature of the electricity transmission network, wherein the failure of one node would result in the rapid failure of the other, thus a cascading failure resulted in the entire blackout of the southern central part of Australia, affecting as many as 850,000 families. The Gale storms and lightning strikes made the already declining infrastructure of South Australia worse. Being a country which has one of the largest coal reserves and natural gas reserves, not to mention that most of the areas in Australia get an exceptional amount of sunlight, one might expect the energy prices to be cheap. But unfortunately, Australia has the 6th most expensive energy in the whole world. The situation has actually gone worse, where according to an Australian Competition Consumer Commission, ACCC, it was found that people paid 44% more for electricity than an average family did 10 years ago. Musk pledged that he would build a battery farm to stop the frequent outages that were happening in South Australia. He even pledged that he would deliver it for free to the South Australian government if it took more than 100 days. Today, the world's largest lithium-ion battery farm is live in South Australia, and Musk delivered the battery farm within 63 days after signing. This ended the high price spikes, prolonged outages, and not to mention the political brawls over battery power in South Australia.
30,000 South Australian households could not get through watching one episode of Australia's Ninja Warrior with this big battery. By all means, have the world's biggest battery, have the world's biggest banana, have the world's biggest prawn.
Tesla created the 100 NW battery storage farm in the Hornsdale Power Reserve, which mostly uses wind and solar power, costing Tesla about $50 million. This resulted in the network cost being slashed to around $76 million and also reduced the cost to regulate South Australia's grid by a whopping 91%. A Bloomberg financial analyst noted the effects the battery farm had, saying, "Not only has the Hornsdale Power Reserve identified how batteries can physically help the grid, it has also shown how they can make money along the way." Tesla said in a statement, "The completion of the world's largest lithium-ion battery in record time shows that a sustainable, effective energy solution is possible, and hope this project provides a model for future deployments around the world." With this, Musk proved that renewable energy can be effectively stored in storage solutions and can be used in the event of failure of the large-scale network transmissions, a feature too common in tornado and other natural disaster-hit areas. Tesla has been pushing its battery storage solutions and solar panels after it acquired SolarCity, a venture started by Musk's cousins in June 2016 for $2.5 to $3 billion. Musk said that the reason for this is creating a seamlessly integrated Tesla battery and solar power product that looks beautiful. The merger was completed later in 2016. With the merger completion, Tesla Motors Incorporated changed its name to Tesla Incorporated. Musk is pushing hard for solar energy. He compared the sun to a nuclear fusion reactor without the nuclear waste. After acquiring SolarCity, Musk announced the solar roof, which is designed to look like normal roof tiles, where the photovoltaic cells would make up the entire roof surface rather than mounting the traditional solar panels to the existing roof. The most important announcement came in the form of Battery Storage Solutions' Tesla Powerwall 2, a home battery product that was introduced to store the surplus power either from the tiles, solar panels, or from the grid. As of 2020, Tesla is still tinkering with the product 3 years after announcing the concept, having done trial installations with 2 different iterations so far. There's something of a work still in progress. Despite being announced 3 years back, Tesla still hasn't performed many actual installations of its solar roof. During an annual shareholder meeting, Musk said that the 3rd iteration of the tile was being worked on. Musk is pushing hard for solar energy as a means to replace traditional coal power plants, which remains largely active in energy-hungry countries like India and China, and nuclear power plants. The latter produces large amounts of nuclear waste that remains radioactive for decades. Not only Musk, even countries whose entire economy traditionally revolved around crude oil and petroleum products are now pushing for renewable energy. Petroleum exporting countries, which came after the discovery of vast reserves of crude oil and natural gases, are now steadily diversifying their economy. Saudi Arabia, where the annual rainfall average is just around 400 millimeters and petroleum products contributing to 60% of GDP, has begun investing in renewable energy. Meanwhile, two giants, India and China, who still operate coal power plants for their power-hungry economy, have shown one of the largest solar power farms in the world. Kamuthi, Tamil Nadu in India, the southernmost state, has a power capacity of over 648 megawatts. It covers almost an area of 10 square kilometers. It was the largest solar power plant in 2016, comprised of more than 2.5 million individual solar modules at a cost of $679 million US. This power plant now produces enough electricity to power 150,000 homes in India. Both the governments of India, 4.9 million barrels a day, and China, 13.5 million barrels a day, which together consume about 18.4 million barrels a day, still do not even come close to the United States, despite having 1/8 the combined population of India and China consumes around 20 million barrels a day. The demands for petroleum in the developing nations continue to increase, while India is slated to overtake China in the consumption of petroleum by 2025. Though reality may seem grim, many countries are steadily moving on to renewable energy, with governments giving its citizens tax breaks and incentives to move on to renewable energy. Countries like Iceland became the first ever country to completely move on to a renewable form of energy, becoming the largest clean energy producer per capita. Germany, India, Ireland, Israel, and the Netherlands have announced plans to ban fossil fuel cars starting in 2030. Britain, France, Taiwan, and California will ban them in 2040, and Norway in 2025. Tesla continues to expand in the renewable energy sector as well as the electric car manufacturing sector. Tesla will continue to play a pivotal role in the coming decades to wean people off of non-renewable energy resources. You can do your bit too to prevent climate change in our lifetime. Simple things like turning off lights, fans, etc. saves a lot of unnecessary power consumption. Before I end this video, I just want to share this quick story. When I was in 8th grade and was studying for my EV, environmental exam, I read a lot of things about saving energy consumption, etc. But what stuck with me to this day was this one line which read, "Energy saved is energy produced." So we'll leave it right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to hit that like button and do subscribe for more awesome content. See you guys next time.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We